Hello everyone, I just woke up, so I am sorry I sound sleepy. I am sleepy. Got my cup of coffee here in my mirror bulb mug because why not? And I've got my Improbable Dreams t-shirt on today. So for today's video, I thought we would go through all of the shows that I've been involved in my 25th year because I was thinking about it and it's actually a really decent list. So that's the plan. Alright, so starting at the top, I actually turned 25 on a show day for this show, which was Noises Off last summer. We were working on it from May to August 24th of last year. And that show was just the most fun. And it was stressful because it was supposed to be stressful. Like, the script itself is stressful. There wasn't particularly anything with the exception of like stairs deciding that they were going to roll by themselves, or telephone cords that were trying to kill people, or pants flying into audience members' faces. Besides those few things, there wasn't really anything that made it an awful show, and I met some of the best people who I'm still so close friends with, and it's just such an honor to have been a part of it and have the doors that it has opened for me for friendship and opportunities. So Noises Off is our number one. Number two after that is Nutcracker. If you were here for around then, I actually auditioned for a local Nutcracker. Though I did receive an offer for a role, I ended up turning it down for financial reasons. So she reached out to me and was like, hey, so we're doing the Nutcracker. And I was like, do you still need dancers? And she was like, please come dance. So I ended up dancing Clara's mother, one of the leads in Spanish. We had 4 leads in Spanish, and then one of the Snow Queens. We had 2 leads in Snow. So it was for a really little studio, and most of the kids that we were dancing with were like really little, but for a first Nutcracker experience, it was golden, and I would do it again a million times over. So we did that from October to December 13th, I think, was our show day. So that was a lot of fun. And then next we have, this isn't counting all the auditions I did between these performances. These are just shows that I actually performed in or stage managed. Next is the Sullivan Theater's Overture Gala. I got an email from a friend who was in Xanadu asking me if I would come stage manage this evening of music. And I was like, yes, please. And I didn't really end up doing anything except making sure that the actors were where they needed to be and being communication from the booth to the floor and helping decorate. So I don't really know if we can count that as a show, but I'm counting it. So that was the Overture Gala, and that was the first weekend of February. I think it might have been February 8th. And then I got into my first production through an audition in a hot minute. I was one of the ensemble for Red Magnolia's Roots, Briars and Branches, a musical cabaret discovery of America's history. We rehearsed that from the second week of February up until March 21st and 22nd were our show dates. And that was so much fun. It was so good to be able to sing again and sing in a group again and tell stories that I love. it was a lot of fun. I would do it again in a heartbeat. And I got to play violin on stage for the first time since 2019. So, good time. I think it was my mentor, Miss Meg, realized she was going to have severe surgery the week of dance recital. So I went from going to dance. Well, that was dramatic. I went from going to dance 3 dances in the recital to being asked if I could take over all of her classes and dance in 2 of them for her. So we did that. I ended up dancing in 3 dances, but they were not the 3 dances that were planned. I learned 6 dances in 3 weeks for that. And we performed June 14th. And in the middle of that, like the week before Meg asked me to do that, I got an email from Miss Emily from the ballet studio where I did the Nutcracker, asking if I would come dance in spring recital, and I was like, yes, please. So on top of those 6 dances I was learning in 3 weeks, I was also learning this unrelated dance for this other recital, and those recitals were June 19th and 21st. So much fun. I love dancing. Any chance to dance, I'm dancing. And then we come to Men on Boats. Men on Boats auditions were June 20th. So, you know how I said I had a recital on the 19th and the 21st? They were June 20th. And I was like, there is no way I can make that. Plus, I was sick that day. I was very ill. So I didn't end up auditioning, but Madeline, who directed Noises Off last August, is directing Men on Boats. And so a few weeks later, she texted me and was like, hey, will you come dance for this project? And I was like, first of all, yes. Second of all, what project? And so she was like, Men on Boats, you're gonna be the river. I was like, yes, please, thank you. And then a week into that endeavor, stage manager had to step down. So Madeline was like, hey, Lainey, will you come stage manage Men on Boats and dance? And I was like, yes, please, thank you. Because originally I had wanted to stage manage Men on Boats because I love working with Madeline, and I was like, there's not a role for me in this show, but I would love to be involved in this show because so many people are excited about this show. So I have been stage managing and dancing in Men on Boats. And this show doesn't actually open until August 21st. So technically it goes on a 26-year list too, but the rehearsal process is going to be during my 25th year, and actually I will turn 26 dress rehearsal week, tech week. So that's exciting. So I think those are all the shows that I had some hand in this my 25th year. And of course there were auditions that I never heard back from, or I got callbacks for and just nothing came of it. That's okay, it's part of theater. But I'm really proud of everything I accomplished this year. I've performed more in my 25th year than I have since ever, truly. Last time I performed on a stage before this year was in 2020. That's been a long time coming. So I'm very thankful for all of the opportunities and all the doors that opened and all the friends who trusted me to sing or dance or act. And I look forward to what my 26th year is going to bring. It is just the 14th. We have 3 more days until it's my birthday. But I thought this would be an interesting video. So So a little bit different than like a dream goal list. It's accomplishment list. Maybe I'll do this going forward if I continue to get to do what I love. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Toodles!